This wasn't a protest. There were no banners, no chanting, just a walk. Organised by local residents concerned about the number of vans and caravans now lining parts of Bristol's Downs. We didn't walk along Ladies' Mile where most of the vehicles are parked, but the walk itself raised a pressing question. Who is responsible and who is being let down? There are now more than 60 vehicles on the Downs, and across the city it's estimated that over 600 people are living in vans, some by choice, many because they cannot afford rent. Bristol's housing costs are amongst the highest in the UK. During the walk, one of the organisers, Sharon, asked, "Has the council come to speak to you?" The answer was no. Tony later asked, "Has the council offered a meanwhile site?" And just as importantly, have the dwellers asked for one? Again, the answer was no. Tensions go far beyond housing. Before the walk, a series of inflammatory posts appeared on Facebook. Daniel Coles, an admin of the Bristol Vehicle Dwellers Group, wrote, "Why have we lost the art of having a good old-fashioned riot?" Other comments followed, joking about hammers, riots and targeting the walkers at the water tower. Within the van community itself, things aren't as united as they may seem. One van dweller told locals that they had no choice but to arm themselves with axes and bats over tensions with others on the Downs. The same incident they claimed was an inside job, but according to others, the van was set on fire because the occupant hadn't paid for drugs. Reports of ketamine-filled vans, open dealing and police inaction are spreading. Residents say officers leave after being told there are no drugs here, no searches, no arrest. Locals have now filed a complaint urging police to take the situation seriously. The council hasn't visited the camp, they haven't offered alternative spaces, and the dwellers haven't asked for one. So who's failing who? Some may be on the Downs because it's rent-free. Some are generally trying to find somewhere to go. But the situation has clearly deteriorated, with anger, division and suspicion growing on all sides. This was just a walk, but it shows the cracks in the system that's not working for anyone. Not the dwellers, not the neighbours, not the city. And until someone steps up, those cracks will only deepen.
Council tax is council tax.
Yeah, well, do you pay business rate?
No, I pay council tax as a pensioner. I pay for my way. You don't.
But he pays
You want me to
business.
cut the down?
Well, yes, it's a tough.
I pay business rates when I run a business, as all businesses have.
And Duncan,
Live in a city, pay council.
Duncan, thank you for coming over. I really appreciate it. You can know it's a motive, and that's really courageous of you to come over and put yourself forward. I think you should give.
I feel for you guys as well, because I don't like blocking someone's view. I don't like making someone angry.
So the council aren't doing their job. They're not offering you a meanwhile site. But then, have you asked for a meanwhile site?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, okay. So we need. That's what we need to do. We need the council to come out and make sure we know who's in the vans. Make sure we understand if they need their support, and then get them a meanwhile site. And the councils run those sites awfully as well. So we need to make sure that they are run well, run nicely. So
I mean, to be honest, this is not a nice place to stay in your van. I would feel more annoyed if I lived here with the joyride and vans.
yeah, there's quite a lot of that.
To be honest.
Can I ask a question? Has Bristol City Council been out to see you in your van? So they haven't even come to and knocked on your van door to find out who you are or anything
This
about
is like
you?
our freedom of information. They, you could play blankety blank with the councils, couldn't you? You go, right, how many vans are there?
Absolutely.
None.
So this again is an action of the council. The council should be coming to see you.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk to them.
I'm speaking to Barry Parsons. Duncan, I'm speaking to Barry Parsons tomorrow, and if you're happy, I want to use your example.
Yeah, you can. I'm in a lot of negotiations with the council about a lot of things like that.
Well, a lot of people
All
are.
related with this property.
Can I ask two very quick questions? Just, was it Duncan your name? Are you happy for us to use that? Yeah. And do you live in a van on the Downs or elsewhere?
Well, I live in a van. I spend 3 days a week in Bristol, where I run a museum, which is a community-run, donations-based museum, and I have a little boy who lives in Hereford. So I spend 3 days a week with him up there. And van enables both me to be a good father and one of the
Do you mind? I mean, we don't have to record this, but is your van here? Just so that we're not wrong about it.
van's behind me, yeah.
Fine. Yeah, I just don't want to say like. Okay.
The simple act of setting up a bank account is a big job when you're a community action group.
How big do you want to grow this campaign?
We're going to keep growing until the council realise that they need to do something. They can't continue to do nothing. We are seeing flickers.
And
You know?
if it's
But you know, a point is, they've said, oh, we have done something. We've written a new policy. Where was the consultation? You know, maybe if I ever write a policy, whatever I'm doing, the various jobs I've had in my life, if I'm writing a policy, I need to call thousands of people into coordinated action. I'm going to start by speaking to those people. And the council have started by locking themselves away in a room. That's not a place to start. You start by speaking to people.
And they've been in office for a year now as well, and they're telling us that this could take another 18 months, and that's not good enough.
Hey everybody, we're just waiting for the last few stragglers coming in. If you feel the need to, give them a round of applause to give them some motivation to do the last 100 yards. Sorry that there's no medals today for anybody expecting a parkrun medal. You can put it on your Strava. But thank you, that was a really nice walk. I hope you all had an opportunity to mingle, to speak, to listen to other people. One mouth, two ears for a reason, you know, because we've got to use them in that proportion. Social media is great at teaching us to shout past each other. Only through coming together like this can we really pay attention to people. We can look them in the eyes and realise they're talking nonsense or they've actually got something to say. But, you know, this is an impassioned subject. We've all feel strongly about it from various different sides. So there's a lot of very real emotion and a lot of very real lived human experience going on. And the crowd I see before me, forgive me, but you all look like you didn't really have an easy paper round in life. So I know that you've all worked your way through life through various routes to get where you are. Thank you for your support. Remember, we have a petition page, we have a website, we have donation links. And from this point on, I want you to give yourself a big round of applause and a big cheer. Thank you very much. It depends. We are going to keep going until the council pay attention, is the bottom line. So stand by, I think it might be around the 8th of July for the full council meeting where we're going to make our presence felt again. So thank you. Sharon's broken her trainers in, she's happy. You've all had a lovely time tonight, the weather's been with you. Have a safe onward journey back to your respective homes and keep an eye out on Facebook for updates and have a lovely rest of your week and a lovely weekend. Thank you.